Texas Senate Bill 8 officially went into effect on the 8th.
It says this act may be cited as the Texas Women's Privacy Act. What it really is it's a transgender bathroom bill. The core of the law says this: a political subdivision or state agency shall designate each multiple occupancy private space for use only by individuals of one sex. A private space essentially meaning a bathroom or a locker room or those kinds of things. And then it says they must take every reasonable step to ensure an individual whose sex is opposite does not enter the private space. And then they define female and they define male. Female means an individual who naturally has or will have or had or would have, but for a congenital anomaly or an intentional or unintentional disruption, a reproductive system designed to produce, transport, and provide eggs for fertilization. And then male is all the same thing, but having a reproductive system designed to produce, transport, and utilize sperm. My immediate thought when I read that definition is all of the transgender men that have been taking testosterone for years have a full face of facial hair.
Absolutely.
Full beards,
yes.
Have deep voices.
Of course.
And now the state of Texas is saying that these institutions need to mandate that all of those men, all of those individuals who clearly look, act, sound like men, they're supposed to use the women's restrooms. And then someone like me, like if I were to follow this law, I'm going to make a lot of people very uncomfortable.
Sure. They'd look at you as you walk in and say, what are you doing in here? You're in the wrong restroom.
In fact, they would think that I am violating the transgender law.
They certainly would.
They would, because who is the target of this is masculine women. A woman with a short butch haircut, and she walks in and anybody thinks that she's too masculine. She's the one that's going to be hurt by this. She's not transgender.
But what this law actually says is that these restrictions impact public schools, anything public schools, colleges, municipal buildings, hospitals, libraries, state agencies, detention facilities, family violence shelters, and lots more. Airports, you suggested, and places that are basically publicly owned.
The thing about this law is that it's not actually punishing the transgender people. It's punishing the institutions. So it's turning people that want to do the right thing, that legitimately want to help trans people, which may or may not. I mean, we don't know, but there's lots of good-hearted people at every level of these institutions. And now what it's saying is if they don't enforce these rules, they are the ones that could have the penalty. A $5,000 penalty for the first violation and $25,000 for the second or subsequent violations.
What is the point of this whole thing? Is it that we can use this information to punish an organization we're not happy with? We are not happy with this library because this library is allowing some of those books in there to be checked out by people when we think those books should be banned. Well, we haven't been able to do anything about that, but I think they may have been violating the law here. So let's go in and spy on them. And when we see somebody doing it wrong, we can make sure that they're going to be hit in the wallet for that one.
What this is doing is it's not punishing the person that they're trying to punish. It's punishing the institution that's allowing it, turning them into institutions that must create surveillance systems. So they're basically forcing all of these different institutions to now monitor what's in somebody's pants or what used to be in somebody's pants.